Hi everyone, I am going to try this again. I had been live. Somehow in the middle of it all, I don't know, the technology got away from me, is all I can say. I am so glad to see you and to be here with you for a Story Power Live with the Family Narrative Project. And today I am going to be talking about inspiration. So it is an easy thing to do yet again, and this will be saved so people can see it. So we need some inspiration these days, and so the first weekly Facebook Live I decided to do was about inspiration. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce an activity and then some research about storytelling to help you enhance your storytelling, make it more effective and more engaging, so that there's more connection that you have when you're telling your stories, your family stories. So if you want to learn about how to tell stories that have a positive impact on you and your audience, this is the right place for you. And if you really like this and are interested in it, tell your friends, tell your family, and come back in the next weeks, and we'll do this every week for a while, just 10 minutes or so, just to give you a little bit of really some guides for enhancing your own story power. So, I'm Laura Roselle, and I'm one of the co founders of the Family Narrative Project. And I'm really interested in what researchers tell us about storytelling, especially what we know about how particular ways of telling stories can affect our audience. I'm a researcher and a professor myself, and so I've read all of this literature in all kinds of fields. And I really want to bring it to more people. And that to me is incredibly exciting because there are important findings there from the research that tell us about how to structure our stories. Because at the Family Narrative Project, we believe that not only do your stories matter, but how you tell your stories matter. And the research shows us that that's true. So, for a moment, I would really like you to just kind of pause for a minute, deep breath, and think about family storytelling and what you think of when you think of family storytelling. Are there people in your family that are the ones that tell stories? Are you the one that tells a story? What makes an interesting story to you, or engaging, or something that you remember? To the degree that you can begin to think about storytelling that way, what makes things engaging? Who tells them? How are they structured? You will get into the research on this. So each week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present something related to storytelling. And most weeks, I'm going to give you some kind of activity, something to do. And there'll be a blog post associated with each Facebook Live. And I'll put the links in the comments, and yeah, they'll be there so that you can look at that. So as I said, today the topic is inspiration, and the stories that you tell can be inspirational. And if you think about it, there may in fact be stories that you can remember that did inspire you, that you still remember. And especially when you think about inspiring characters, that can be really important. So the activity for this week is to get out a pad, pen, you can journal, you could do it on your computer, and to actually write the story of an inspiring person in your family or close to your family. So I don't want somebody far away, right? It needs to be somebody connected somehow, like either in your family or close to your family. Somebody inspiring. And I want you to just write that story. It could be done after this today, or it could be written during the week. So that's what I'd like you to do, is write that story. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be, quote, well written. It just needs to be on the piece of paper, on the computer, wherever. And then what I would like you to do is I would like you to go back and read that story and look at the story and identify why that person is inspiring to you. What exactly is it about this person that is inspiring? It could be, oh, she's bold. It could be, he's caring. It could be, there's whatever it is, right? You identify it. And so you've done something really important. Not only have you set the story out, but you've examined it so that you're thinking about what values you have and what is inspirational to you. And that's really important, and begins to enhance your storytelling ability as you get to really dive deep into the stories you know. And then if you want to, right, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can share that story with someone, friend, family member, right? And you can share in a number of different ways. And when you share that story, don't forget the second part. So the first part is the story of this inspiring person that is in your family or close to your family. But the second part is why you believe that person is inspirational. What inspires you? And you might even say it that way. What inspires me about this person is, and you fill in the blank. And that's really important to your listener, because it's not only giving the story of the person, but it's giving them a part of you and understanding your values and what you think are important, and what you think is inspiring. And that creates connection. That's super important. Now, the research shows that who you talk about in stories, what characters you bring into stories, and how you talk about them is very important, and can have effects down the road. For example, there's research that shows that if you include helpers or generous people, kind people in your stories, people who were there for members of your family, that actually may enhance the resilience of your listener. Because think about it, they're hearing stories with people who are helpful, and generous. And so then the world looks like there are generous and helpful people in it, and that if you need them, you can search for them and you can find them. So that's why that's important, and it's been shown in the research to be important. So that to me is an amazing thing, that stories can be used for good, that stories can be used to promote generosity and cooperation and caring in the world. So I want to wish you happy storytelling this week. And if you want to share any of the stories on our Facebook page, that's great. If you want, I have a free booklet up on our website on Story Power, and I'll post the link for that. And our website generally has access to the books and the workshops and the courses that we have to offer. And I would point out one super important online course that's coming up in November. Is an amazing course, with Darlene O'Dell. And she is a brilliant guide to storytelling and writing. And she's going to be live doing a course called Writing About Your Photographs. And it's 6 sessions in 3 weeks, but it's in November. So I will share that link as well so that you can sign up if you'd like to. It will be an amazing course. So take good care, and I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you have what you think, and if you have feedback. I'd be anxious to hear. So thanks so much. Have a great week.